Hello, I have chosen to become a teacher because I love people, particularly little people. Children are sweet, inquisitive, impressionable, and inspiring. We have the power to influence their lives, and what it comes down to is the professional relationships we have with them and our determination to help them succeed. Teachers should implement lessons that are focused on the interests of students and consider their socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds. I care a lot about children, but is that enough? Educational philosopher Noddings identified the importance of caring for children instead of just caring about them. What interests me about her philosophy is her analysis on the concept of joy in moral education, writing, "Our joy enhances both the ideal and our commitment to it. We want to remain in direct contact with that which brings us joy." This makes me question how the education system is designed to support children in finding joy in learning and in life. Children should be encouraged to share more of who they are and their aspirations, despite cultural and socio-economic barriers. Vision boards are a great way to capture diversity amongst students as it demonstrates their interests, likes and dislikes, hopes and dreams. It allows teachers to visualize their individuality and helps teach concepts that are applicable to their understanding and views of the world. The Queensland Code of Ethics for Teachers identifies care as a value that teachers are committed to practicing, expressing empathy, building rapport and interpersonal relationships, ensuring students' well-being, and being a positive influence. Education should be about more than transferring information. Education needs to be a transformative experience as we look beyond mythical norms and expectations of what is instead focusing on what can be. Students should have the confidence to pursue interests despite categories of difference such as their socio-economic status, their gender, their religion, or their culture. All children should feel celebrated, valued, and safe, knowing that their individualism is what makes them special. Teachers can express unconditional positive regard in accepting students for their individuality and differences. The Australian Professional Standards for Teachers outlines professional standards stipulating that all teachers know the student and how they learn. Understanding how a child learns, whether visually, verbally, or kinesthetically, should always be taken into consideration to achieve the best outcome for students. Taking that one step further is awareness of their cultural and social circumstances. Paulo Freire, a Brazilian educator, philosopher, and writer, shared deep consideration throughout his career, observing social and political injustices that were affecting education throughout the world. In one of his letters, Paulo referred to an idea of reading of the world, explaining a responsibility as an educator to be aware of social context, ensuring that we do not impose our views and standards on others, but instead welcome their understanding of the world. This experience was related to Paulo's observation in Olinda, Brazil, and yet it is very applicable to how we understand our children and their diversity socially and culturally. It acknowledges agents of socialization whilst realizing that people and children aren't stupid or incapable. They just think and see the world differently, and we need to appreciate that. We need to recognize their contribution to differences in the world. The Alice Springs Education Declaration states, "Our vision is for a world-class education system that encourages and supports every student to be the very best that they can be, no matter where they live or what kinds of learning challenges they may face." I love this. I believe that this declaration should be a part of every education philosophy, a reminder of what our responsibility is. The priority and focus should always be the welfare and development of each student, making sure that we're giving them the tools to pursue their chosen interests. Every child is entitled to their dreams that are often based on their interests as well as influenced by cultural and socio-economic status. Education awakens opportunity and creates pathways that lead to even greater experiences in life. Our responsibility is to the student. Our focus is the student. Our career will be measured by our commitment to our students.